You know, when times are difficult, as they are today, it's important for businesses to really focus on the fundamentals. Now more than ever, it's about who's got the best people, taking care of the people, making sure you keep your best people. Cash management has never been more important. You know, who's got the best cash flow? That's always been how to measure a business. Today, it's more important than ever. And then customer service. You know, the fundamentals of business have never been more important. Well, you know, the first thing that we need to do, and job number one, is the banking industry, and in a broad sense, restoring credit. Without credit, we can't grow. Consumers need credit to buy cars, to buy furniture, to buy household appliances, and businesses need credit to grow and expand. So that needs to be job number one. And then creating an environment so that businesses want to invest. We often believe that businesses mean large corporations. The reality is that 70 to 80% of all jobs are created by small businesses. 50% of all new jobs are created by companies that are less than 5 years old. This is all about entrepreneurship and starting a business and taking risks. And the role of government is creating an environment so people are willing to do that. There's a lot of discussion about the importance of a stimulus package. It is important, but we have to realize that that is a bridge to a future. That's not a long-term strategy. Well, one thing we've learned from our history is that, ironically, protectionism doesn't protect. The only thing that protects jobs is competing, innovating, taking risks, investing, attracting capital. And that is truer today than ever before, when so many countries are involved in free trade and so many countries are trying to attract capital. We are now competing for capital, and we need to ensure that our policies attract capital to our country. One of the great advantages that we have as a nation is that we can see how our population is going to grow in the future. And especially if we have immigrants coming in, our population will grow for the foreseeable future. There are very few countries in the world that can say that. Japan is seeing a population decline, so is Russia. China will see their population decline in 25 years, many countries in Europe. So for us, it's a tremendous advantage that the most entrepreneurial people, the most ambitious people, want to come to our country and make a contribution. And we should not take that for granted, and that should be one of our main policies. It's never been as important for business people to be involved, to be here in Washington, to go up on the Hill at least once a year, to meet their senators, members of Congress who represent districts in which they do business. It has never been as important, and there's a trap in being so focused on your business that you assume that it doesn't make a difference. And today there are a lot of policies that are being changed or being revisited, and they need the point of view. Government needs the point of view of business before making major policy decisions. You know, the best leaders I've seen are leaders who, first of all, want to lead, who have a real will to lead, and who are willing to take the risks that come with leadership. They are people who always put a cause above their own personal interest. So the cause of the organization, of the team, of the nation, of the mission is more important than their own career, and they project that to their people. They tend to be people who understand their vulnerabilities and understand what traits they don't have, and they surround themselves with people who have those traits. So it's less about their personal characteristics, whether they're extroverted or introverted, and more about the values that they project to enable an organization to go in the direction that they need to go to achieve results. Well, you know, I've moved around, I've worked very hard, I've focused on my career, but I've been able to raise a family. I have one wife and 3 children, and it's the same family I've had for 30 years, and I'm very proud of that. And I've been able to work myself through the corporate ladder. in a very competitive environment, competing with folks who perhaps had a higher education level than I did. So it means that you have to work harder sometimes, be better with people, but it keeps you on your toes. And I'm very proud that I was able to do that and achieve my, and keep my values.